how's it going? This is a bass that I modified with 5 pickups. I've got some demos to show how different positions and combinations sound coming up here in just a second. Timestamps are down in the description. Now, the real quick need-to-know explanation is that all 5 of these are the same model pickup. This is all an experiment to find out what difference just pickup position alone makes to a bass's sound. Same bass, same electronics, same pickup model, just different positions. Thought the results were actually pretty interesting and thought you might find it interesting too. Graphics like these will appear to show you which pickups are on, and in some cases there'll be an extra note where the setup closely matches other types of basses, but that's just to give a good reference point, not to say that it necessarily sounds just like that bass. More on that later. Check out the description if you'd like details on the settings. Minor volume warning, one of the settings is all 5 pickups in series. Now, I think with YouTube's compression, it hopefully won't sound too much louder than the other settings, but I'd still recommend being a little careful with your volume while listening. In person here, it's way louder volume. All right, enough talking, let's take a listen. Hey, thanks for listening. Now, as I said earlier, this bass looks pretty crazy, but really this was all just to test totally normal types of pickup combinations, although it's completely possible to do some weird ones like you saw there in the demos. So, yeah, I know this bank of switches looks pretty insane. Hey, always fun to experiment, right? Alright, how about conclusions? Many factors influence a bass's sound. Do I think this bass sounds exactly like the other popular models that I mentioned in the demos? Well, let your own ears judge, but personally, no, I don't think it does, because there are still other important differences. For example, although these look like jazz bass pickups, they're actually still humbuckers, and they don't quite seem to have the same glassy sound as the true single coils on my jazz bass, for example, despite having the exact same electronics otherwise. Likewise, many basses like Stingrays, many Warwicks, etc. have onboard active preamps and or active pickups. Definitely going to make a difference to the sound. Still, I think this definitely gives an idea of where some of the basic character of basses comes from. Remember, these are all identical pickups, but yet it's pretty obvious that the P bass positions sound a lot different from the, say, Warwick Streamer positions here with two pickups in parallel. So position plus parallel series combinations alone definitely do account for a lot of the fundamental sound that we associate with each one of those models. Music Man Stingrays, another bass with a really distinctive sound, partly from the pickup position right about here, but also because you essentially have a humbucker, so the coils are literally right next to each other, but for Stingrays, it's typically in parallel, not series like many humbuckers. And if you go back and listen to the sound demos, I think you can hear how this creates a lot of the unique, sizzly kind of top end that Stingrays are famous for. Oh, by the way, if you were watching this thinking, okay, wait, surely this doesn't really isolate each set of strings here, there's gotta be a lot of bleed through, right, between all these pickups? That is exactly what I was afraid of too. Kind of amazingly, well here, let me just show you. Here's what the treble half of the neck pickup sounds like. And here's just the bass half. So that kind of blew me away, to be honest. You can hear a tiny amount of the other strings, and you might have heard a little thumping when my finger hit the other string, but still, I was really surprised how much string isolation there actually is in what's really kind of a regular pickup type construction like this. And actually, you can do some pretty cool things with only half a pickup activated, like sympathetic resonance. Here, check this out. Pretty cool. Anyway, hopefully you found this experiment interesting. I certainly did. Thanks for letting me share it with you. And if you're thinking about building or modding a bass, maybe this will even give you some good guidelines on how you might want to position your pickups. So thanks for watching. Happy playing.